guys. So I wanted to film more of the process of us doing this, but we were running really far behind, and I am also working with some other people that A, I don't necessarily want to be putting them all over the internet if they don't want to be, and B, we were running against the clock to get it done. It actually looks brighter on here than it is. It's getting pretty dark out here. So shout out to my sister-in-law, because she actually got out here a lot earlier than I did. I didn't realize that she was gonna be out here when she was, and she did this whole stretch, her and her husband, with a small rototiller. And she said that the weeds were bad enough between one thing and another that the belt actually broke. So there is a strip there on the far side. And I know they were pulling out some of those big weeds before they went over them, but it was too much for the machine. We're sort of having to adjust our plan because everything has fallen so far behind, and we're facing a lot of challenge with being able to make it all work, get all the pieces lined up and functional. So this stretch, I think this whole thing is now, the plan is to become no dig, because the tilling is what's causing a lot of the problems. And I'm not going to get into that. A lot of it is logistics issues between multiple parties that are involved. So if we go all no dig, then it no longer matters, and we have complete control over our process in a way that we didn't before. And we can just plan a whole lot better. It removes a lot of the stress. So I'm excited about that. And me and my sister-in-law both are excited to do fully no dig. So that is the plan. And we did get, this whole section is covered now with cardboard and with straw. And we have one more bale of straw there waiting for us. I'll show you the broccoli plants. Now, if I had been able to get these planted out here a month sooner, they would have given us better heads. It was a little too late. I think I got these planted out 5 or 7 days into April. There's a few that are just now starting to put in heads in the very middle. Like this one actually doesn't even really have a head yet. Well, most of the others are like this. So, first week of April is a little bit too late here for broccoli, so we're gonna try to get that out sooner next season. I'm definitely planning on a good fall garden full of potatoes and broccoli and greens and all the good things. So it's gratifying to have this much covered where we know we're not gonna lose ground to this. This stuff springs up so fast down here in Tennessee that you can hardly keep up if you don't pay attention. So the next step, we're thinking we're going to actually just use about half of this space as functional garden for the summer and concentrate on preparing the other half for fall, or we are going to plant our squash, like our pumpkins and things like that, out here a little closer in than we had intended, and we'll just use that space for that and try to make sure we can get enough cardboard together in time to put under the vines as they spread out. And then that will just kind of take care of keeping this whole section manageable for the summer while things jump up and grow explosively like that. And then slowly toast in the summer sun. We'll see how my squash was planted right there last year, and it did pretty darn well, even with lots of squash bugs all over it. So I think that's our plan. We know we're gonna do cucumbers and tomatoes. I think we've decided not to do green beans, just because my sister-in-law knows somebody who always grows way more green beans than they can use, so we might be able to use our space more effectively for something else and get fresh green beans through them. So for this section, probably up to about there, We're gonna go ahead and try to cover all of that, and we're gonna put up some cattle panels that we have, some old ones, and have tomatoes, cucumbers. I'm gonna put in a zucchini plant or two, and they grow. Everybody else in the family really likes the yellow summer squash, so we'll put in a few of those. And on this corner, we'll do some okra plants because that's one of my mother-in-law's favorite things. And so I think that's really just gonna be our focus on some basic food items for the summer and prepare logistically for the fall garden. I've done some talking to people and did some looking at the Farmer's Almanac online, and they recommend starting seeds for things like cabbage and broccoli in mid-July and planting them out the 1st of September. So I have a trip that I will be gone for, I'm leaving May 30th, I think, and coming back on June 21st. And so I won't be out here to help with this garden for that stretch of time. I will still be making some content. I'll be visiting my mother out in Wyoming, and we are way overdue for that visit, so I'm really, really excited to go and see her and my brother and hang out. My mom is also a big garden nut. You guys will enjoy her. I was toying with the idea of doing a couple videos discussing garden stuff with her. She's got some interesting experiences to share. So anyway, I think that is our plan going forward out here. I can't believe how much she got done before I got out here. I wish I had realized. I would have moved my butt a little bit faster to get out here. But anyway, this much cardboard filled my entire back seat. So I do have some more at home. I'm hoping it's enough to at least get us to that halfway point for the summer. And then we'll just kind of do the best we can from there. By fall, I'm hoping we should have a good plan and have it mostly under control. Maybe if we can get everything here the way we want it and kind of figure out what systems work the best for us, by next winter we can prep that space for squash like we had originally talked about doing for this year. This year we just got too many people going too many different directions, kids and animals, and I've got that trip in June, and we just decided to use some wisdom and not bite off more than we can chew. And that's a struggle, I think, for anybody who has dreams of big gardens like we do. I'm not the only one here. There's 3 of us that would love to do 3 times as much as what we have going on here. So we're working on it. This broccoli just looks so pretty in the setting sunlight. That color of soft blue-green speaks to the painter in me. I forgot to show you guys. I got 3 big heads of bok choy. Oh, I forgot they had a motion sensor light out here. It's dark enough that it's kicking on. So I did get a big head of bok choy for myself, and one for my sister-in-law, and one for my mother-in-law, and a few very small heads of broccoli that I will take home. And we have, that one is still out here, and it hasn't sent up a stalk yet in the middle to flower, so I'm going to let it grow a little bit longer while we eat those other ones. And this one. So we have 2 left out here. And I do have some more at home that I'm going to bring out here and plant, and kind of in a shadier area, and what will be. Hopefully they'll grow a little bit bigger, and then we can eat them and just get the most that we can out of them, considering they didn't get put in a better growing situation as soon as they needed to be. They're still in cups from this spring planting, spring seeds starting.